Hi, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. Dirt Farmer Maggie and I love having a front porch in this great steel powder-coated railing around it. We get lots of compliments, but let me tell you one thing we really don't like. That's oxidation and calcium buildup. Let me show you how we take care of that little problem. Hi, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. We love this porch railing. It's steel and it's been powder coated with a bronze finish. Powder coating is actually paint, so it's susceptible to some of the damages and ravages of being outside. Now, this porch railing obviously is out in the environment. So whatever I do to treat it, to take care of it, is not a one and done, kind of. As far as washing off dust, fly specks, bird droppings, other things that happen, that's an ongoing event, just like your lawn furniture or even your car. So wiping things down is something that needs to be done on an ongoing basis. But there are certain kinds of damages or deposits on this paint finish that won't wipe off. Namely, take a look at this over here. These are calcium deposits from the sprinkler water. And if this was in the sun on an ongoing basis, it would eventually start to oxidize from the sun's UV rays. And hence, you need something more than just soap and water or auto wax. You need something specifically formulated and made to protect these kind of surfaces. To show you how effective the approach we're going to take and the product that we're going to apply, take a look at the two different sections. This whole different section right here was cleaned and treated approximately 3 months ago. And if you don't think the difference is remarkable, you can see where we stopped on both of those. All right, let me show you a few of the supplies that we're going to be using to get this project done. We were able to find a kit that had everything we needed on the product application side. We added a few things as far as removing calcium, and let me walk you through that very briefly. What it comes with is some abrasive pads like this, some microfiber cloths like this, 2 applicators, which you've seen before in applying car wax, that sort of thing. I have one in foil here because it actually has product on it, and I'm keeping it so it can be used again. We have this Easy Prep, which can be used either as removing a concentrated cleaner for removing some of the items on the object, but it's also an acid neutralizer after you apply acid of some kind to take off the calcium. And then this is the magical product right here, Everbrite's crystal clear coating. They actually carry this for several other products as well, but today we're going to talk about painted coatings. And again, remember, powder coating is a type of paint. So it is susceptible to everything else that normal paint is, even though it'll last longer and is thicker. Here's some additional things you're going to need. Since you're going to be applying an acid for removal of the calcium, get yourself some good thick rubber gloves, some safety glasses. I am using CLR. Now, CLR is calcium lime and rust remover, and how it works, it has both in it lactic and gluconic acid in milder forms, but it does a great job of going against the alkaline nature of the calcium because it is an acid to neutralize it and make it so you can wash it off. Now, something you should be aware of, right on this, it says don't use on painted products. So why are we using it for painted products? Because we're only going to have it on there for just a few moments till it does its job, and then we're going to rinse it off and then neutralize it with a baking soda bath. Now, you'll need some way to apply the CLR or any of the acid solution you may be using. So I just use a little throwaway tub like this. These chip brushes you can get at your favorite home improvement store for less than $1 a piece. I'm using a plastic bowl so it's not affected by the acid, and just one of those, an older kitchen sponge type of thing here. And I keep these covered so I can come back and work on them again. You're also going to need baking soda. Now, where you're going to use this is after you apply the acid, let it do its work and start to remove or make it so that you can remove all the calcium or oxidation. Then what you're going to do is rinse down everything with clear water first, and then you're going to take about a cup of this and put it into a gallon or so of water, mix it all up, and then rinse down the whole area again. Now, you may think that you removed all the acid just by clear washing it. That's not true. You'll need a chemical neutralizer, and that's what the baking soda does. You'll see some foaming occur, indicating it's working correctly, and then rinse it down one more time. And at this point, you're ready to apply the product. All right, we have all of our supplies laid out here, ready to neutralize this and get this off of here. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and put on my safety glasses because we are working with an acidic compound here. We now have some gloves, which I'll put on right now because we're gonna start pouring the acid. I always keep the lid on my products when I'm out working, so if I bump one over, and I'm just gonna put a reasonable amount in this little plastic container right here to be able to work with. Go ahead and cap that back up in case you kick it over, you don't want it spilling all over the place. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and use this brush, soak that in, and we're just gonna start applying on top of this. And as we put it on, it's actually starting to foam as we flood it. Now, I'm not just trying to get as much coverage as far as I can go with a brush. I want to make sure that there's product on each area, enough to really do the job of getting that calcium cut. So we're letting that go, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm doing it on the outside as well. Let's do this whole section to the next post. Here we go. And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and do the base of the post. You can see the foaming occur right there where it's hitting that calcium deposit. Now, you may be wondering also, we're using acid right here, and you're looking, we're right along a flower bed here. Are we gonna end up damaging the plants? No, because what we're gonna do is really dilute this acid. Actually, where we live in the Mountain West of the United States, our water is very alkaline, and so that makes everything alkaline when it's watered. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little acid in there and dilute it down, and it'll be fine for the plants. We've let it set for a couple minutes here. We're gonna go ahead and just rinse this all down with its first bath, and just to get the first cut done. So we'll just go ahead and do that, rinse through here. I'm gonna rinse all the areas that I put coating on. All right, that's our first neutralization. Now we need to use our baking soda water to finish the job. Let's let it set for a moment. If you have areas like this that still need a little bit of work, you can see just still a little bit of cloudiness there. Take an abrasive pad or one of these and scrub it just a little bit. You don't need to do much. And get that mechanically removed off of there. So we'll go ahead and just scrub that. I'm not having to do a lot of work here. This is just light, almost buffing. Okay. Let's go ahead and rinse that again. See what we get. Look at the difference there. Very clean, ready to go. Okay, now it's time to neutralize it further. Remember, just that first wash doesn't quite do it. So I've got here about a gallon of water. I'm gonna take about a quarter cup of baking soda and put it in there. This doesn't need to be precise. Just mix it up. And then what we're gonna do is put this onto the areas where we did the acid rinse before. And that'll further absolutely neutralize all of the acid there. So kind of flood the area, don't be stingy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just dump some on that area right there. And we can dump some up on this area also on the top. Here we go. All right, and now let's just rinse off that neutralizer. Let's just do one last coat with regular water. We'll go ahead and take care of all of this here, get all the neutralization off of there. And now we are ready, almost after we dry it, to apply the coating. Notice that as we let this start to dry, that you see some calcium deposits start to show back up again. Here's the trick to know whether or not you're ready to put on the coating. Simply wet the area with regular water and look at the appearance. If it looks beautiful, and you don't see anything showing through, when it's wet like this, then it's time to go ahead and apply the coating. Don't worry about that final amount that dries. Now we need to let this dry or wipe it down, and then we're ready to apply the coating. Okay, we're now ready to apply the coating, and all we're gonna do here is I actually keep the lid on everything, especially the most premium product here, and I just use tin foil around the applicator pad. So we're gonna go ahead and squeeze the top, undo this, and I apply right in here onto the pad. Once it's in the pad, we'll work it on a little bit, and we're gonna start right here at the cut line where we did the last application. Here we go. See that haze disappear? If it wasn't there when the water was on it, and it wasn't, when we put the glaze on, it's all going to disappear. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let's go ahead and move down to this area here, and you can see this discoloration right along here, but when we had water on it, all that was invisible, and so it'll be invisible when you apply this glaze. So let's go ahead and hit it. Here we go. Wow, what a difference. Now this will be easy to maintain with simple wipe downs, and this product allows touch-ups from time to time. If there's an area that's starting to have problems a bit, you can put on a second coating, and a little bit, as you saw, goes a long way. They also have other products like it, antimicrobial coatings, as well as a product that's used for copper sinks, stainless steel sinks, and for those stainless steel fronts on your kitchen appliances. We'll be trying those out and letting you know our thoughts on that as well. Meanwhile, you can check out their website at renewmetal.com for their whole product line, FAQs and all that if you're interested in it. You know, another problem you likely have in your home is stains and baked on or cooked on grease in your cookware or other kitchen areas. Well, check out this video where Dirt Farmer Maggie tells her secret, barkeeper's friend, and she'll show you how well it really does work. And then check out this other video we produced for you that we think will interest you, and so does YouTube, because they put it there for your viewing enjoyment. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from dirtfarmerjay.com. Enjoying the front porch.